The great mystery China's first emperor left behind. We basically know this as the Terracotta warriors, and we'll see images of thousands of these terracotta warriors, all with different faces. And to me, when I look at this, I basically have a feeling that this emperor had great reverence and value and honor given to his soldiers, to his guards, to his army. The great mystery left behind by China's first emperor, Qin Shi Huang, within his tomb remains unsolved, as the latest suggestion to use muons for extremely accurate X-ray imaging has not yet been approved. This is in China, as we know. Nearly 50 years ago, the famed Qin Shi Huang's tomb was found. Since then, every detail has been explored, save for the emperor's tomb. Scientists did not dare to touch it for good reason. The great schemer, a farmer named Yang Zifa, and his 5 brothers started drilling a new well in the spring of 1974, close to Mount Lishan, which is situated in the northeast of the Shanxi province. When their shovels hit something hard, they instantly heard a sound. A life-size clay statue suddenly materialized from the ground after they first saw a head, torso, and then a head. Arrowheads, pottery skulls, and terracotta bricks were all lying around. 2 full carts of diverse artifacts were gathered by the diggers. Yang made the decision to sell it in order to profit from his discoveries. However, he was only able to collect 10 yuan in all. The irate farmer had no notion that it was a precious scientific gift. Chinese archaeologists started investigating the excavation site at the top of Lishan that same year. They uncovered and brought to the surface hundreds of additional artifacts, layer by layer. The initial location, which had 6,000 clay troops, horses, and chariots, was made public in 1979. 6,000. These statues are collectively referred to as the Terracotta Army in modern times. The mythical emperor Qin Shi Huang is to be safeguarded in the afterlife. Exhibits of the Qin Shi Huang Terracotta Warriors and Horses Museum is in Xi'an. Yang had stumbled across the imperial tomb. In Chinese history, Qin Shi Huang was a very significant place. The future emperor, who was given the name Ying Zheng when he was born in 259 BC, into a family that was the governor of the Zhao state, climbed from low aristocracy to become an all-powerful ruler thanks to good fortune and his fierce desire. After succeeding to his father's reign in his 40s, he set himself the Heraclean job of unifying the whole nation. By sending his forces to invade nearby countries one after another, he made quick work of it. 10 years later, Ying Zheng succeeded in unifying the 7 at the time warrior nations into one enormous nation. He adopted a new name once his war was successful. Qin Shi Huang, literally meaning great emperor, founder of the Qing dynasty. Having finished the war, the ruler moved on to civil affairs. He carried out administrative reform, dividing the country into 40 districts, thus weakening the local nobility, his direct rivals. Later, he went on to establish a single coherent system that set new regulations covering everything from currency to carriage width. Qin also managed to unify Chinese script. He ordered the eradication of all earlier chronicles in order to bury the past. The only records still in existence were those kept in his native kingdom. The grave of the Knights Templar, a mysterious holy group that appeared in the 12th century, had been found in the church of an English village. This discovery considered one of the most important of its kind. But going back to this, in search of immortality, another method to put his imperial name on the annals of history was via construction. Soon after assuming the throne, Qin Shi Huang started to construct grand palaces and other structures. The Great Wall of China was conceived as a coherent series of fortifications along the northern frontier to protect the nation against warlike Han assaults, and later in order to link the Jiang and Lijiang rivers, Qin Shi Huang commanded the construction of a canal. The massive building understandably required a lot of resources, yet thousands of slaves worked valiantly to complete it. The number of deaths at the scene is still a point of contention among historians. When he began to work on his personal tomb, the emperor was exceptionally ardent. It took more than 30 years to finish. The end result, however, was not just a tomb, but a whole miniature city, complete with tombs for its constructors and noblemen, as well as mansions, gardens, barracks, and stables. Qin Shi Huang was adamant about taking all of his goods with him into the afterlife. The emperor's superstitions can be primarily blamed for his circumstance. Chinese historians claim that the monarch was preoccupied with immortality from a young age. Sima Qian, an early Han Dynasty Chinese historian, claimed that Qin could not stand to discuss the fragility of human existence and frequently gave his subjects the assignment of looking for an elixir of life. Chinese archaeologists discovered a group of bamboo tablets with various royal decrees in the Hunan province 6 years ago. According to their findings, the majority of them mentioned the immortality potion. Both government representatives and common citizens in China were instructed to acquire permanent information and instantly transmit it to the capital. Legends are true. The emperor passed away in 210 BC without ever discovering the elixir he so desperately sought. Sadly, there are no miracles, although the exact cause of death is yet unknown. Mercury poisoning is thought to be the likely culprit. On the recommendation of his court alchemists, Qin Shi Huang habitually ingested tablets containing mercury. They believed that the poisonous metal was a necessary ingredient in the elixir. In addition, mercury is the cause of the specialist's continued inaccessibility to the imperial burial chamber. Sima Qian claims that the monarch was informed about a distant region with silk trees and magical rivers, where anybody who drank its waters would experience neither death nor misery. The historian said that the emperor built a replica of the scene in his own tomb. The coffin served as the focal point of a map of a remote magical region that was painted on the floor, and the ceiling was adorned with valuable stones that represented the starry sky. The rivers, though, were the tomb's most priceless feature, because mercury was thought to have magical capabilities at the time. The builders filled them with mercury. Researchers in 2020 inferred this supposition in an indirect manner. Measurements in the chamber revealed that the substance concentration was substantially higher than permitted near the tomb, but curiosity still rules. Scientists are continually working to develop fresh strategies for evading ancient traps. For instance, they advocate the use of muons, basic subatomic particles similar to electrons. They serve as extreme accurate X-rays, allowing one to see through the structure without compromising it. This strategy has not, however, been totally accepted yet, and as a result, the famous Qin Shi Huang's tomb enigma is still a mystery. And this is on Great Game India. Please leave your comments, and thank you for your support. Please support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.